Hello friends, today we will see new disease. The name of disease is black quarter. Okay. In previous lecture we have already seen that while writing about the disease or explaining about the disease we have to know some important points about it, and those points were: the first one is etiology of disease, etiology, or you may say cause. Second point, that is the transmission, how this disease is transmitted from one animal to other animal. This was the second point. Then the third point is symptoms, because each disease has their different symptom. So symptoms, after the symptoms, the diagnosis, where how to diagnose this disease, and on the basis of this diagnosis only we may give a specific treatment to that animal. So the next point is treatment. Then the control measures. Okay, so while explaining the disease or writing the disease in examinations, we have to consider these points in this manner only. The first point, that is the etiology or the cause. Second point must be the transmission. Third point must be the symptoms, diagnosis, treatment, and the control. You can't write the treatment first of all, then the diagnosis, then symptoms. Okay, so you can't write answer like this. You have to write these points in this manner only. First of all, write down the name of the disease, then write down some points regarding the disease, some introductory point regarding this disease, then the cause or etiology of this disease, the transmission, how this disease is transmitted from one animal to other animals, then what are the symptoms observed in these animals, the diagnosis, how will you diagnose this disease, by the laboratory test, by observing the symptoms, then the treatment which is available. Unless and until you don't have the perfect name of that disease, you can't give the treatment to that animal. So for this purpose you have to diagnose, and for this purpose you have to send some samples to the laboratories, you have to see the symptoms observed in that animals. Okay, then the treatment is given. And the last but not least, the control measures. The control measures are the same in all diseases. So this is the common point. Okay, so let's see in detail about the black quarter. Black quarter is acute infectious disease but not contagious. Contagious means when the infected animal comes in contact with the healthy animals get that disease. Okay, by contacting, by okay, it is the this disease is the inflammation of muscles, severe toxemia, and the this is the introductory part of this black quarters. So once again, see the introductory part of this disease. This is the acute. This is acute infectious disease, but it is not contagious. This is not contagious, means this disease is generally not spread uh, when the healthy animals comes in contact with the infected animal. So this is not the contagious disease, and in this disease generally the inflammation of muscles occur. Inflammation of muscles. So this is about the black quarter. Now let's see the cause or the etiology of this disease. This disease is generally caused due to, or you may write name here, Clostridium chavoi. So this is the causal organisms for this disease. Etiology of this disease is caused due to Clostridium chavoi. Transmission, this disease is transmitted through contaminated water and food. Okay. Symptoms, as we have seen, the important symptoms in the disease is the inflammation of the muscle, and due to these inflammations what happen, the animal get lameness. Let's see about the symptoms. Number one is the crepitating swelling, crepitating swelling in hind and forequarters. Then lameness in affected part or lameness in leg. Again the fever, which is the common in all diseases, the fever, then twitching of muscle, when you observe the swelling in hind and forequarters, or when you observe the affected area or affected region of that animals, you may find it is very painful and hot. When you observe the skin over affected area, you will find that the skin is very dry, hard and dark. Okay, so these are the important symptoms of this disease. We have seen in introductive part, that is the inflammation of muscles, means this is the main symptom of this disease. In these symptoms, the crepitating swelling in the hind and forequarters. When we observe the hind and forequarters of these animals, we may find the crepitating swelling. Okay, if the animal is suffer, if the infection is in the leg, the animal get lameness. Okay, the fever, which is the common in all diseases, then the twitching of muscles. This is again the important symptom of this disease. The affected area is very painful and it's hot. When you observe the skin over the affected area, you will find that the skin becomes very dry, hard and the dark. Okay, so these are the symptoms which are present in this in affected animals. Then the diagnosis is totally depends on the above symptoms, means these symptoms, on the basis of these symptoms you may say that this animal is suffering from the black quarter disease. Okay, again some laboratory test is also carried out to find a specific disease or to find a perfect name for this disease. Okay, on the basis of the laboratory test you may give a particular name to this disease. After the diagnosis, when the disease is diagnosed, the next point comes, that is the treatment. And in this case, or in this case of the disease, the antibiotics like penicillin and tetracycline may be given. Okay, so these are the two antibiotics. These two antibiotics are generally given in this case as a treatment for this animal. Okay, the control measures we have seen in our previous lecture. The control measures are the common. It means that the separation of animal from healthy herd, then disposal of carcass properly, okay, then disposal of infected feed and water properly, then disinfection of shed. So these are the control measure. In control, the one more point is remaining, and that point is the vaccination. To prevent the onset of this disease, the vaccine is generally given before the onset of a rainy season. And this vaccine is given at the rate of 5 ml subcutaneously, and the name of the vaccine is the polyvalent vaccine is given Clostridium species. Okay. So, this is all about the black otter. In Marathi, or the synonym of this black otter is the farya. By the name of the farya, this disease is also known. Okay, so this is the synonym for this disease, that is the farya. So, thank you very much for hearing me.